Self-awareness and self-mastery are enormous components to anything that you're looking to do in your life. Whenever you embark upon something major, you have to be aware of the tools that you have at your disposal, the skill set that you have, and what it's going to take to build your skill set to a point where you can master your craft and get better at what you do every day. This is how you reach your goals. This is how you clear your mind to keep focus on what's important. And this is how you grow and evolve in your life. This is a major topic on episode 1 of Evolution of Brand with my guest, Wylie McGraw. Me and Wylie had a phenomenal conversation about overcoming some of the inner demons that hold you back, getting yourself to a point where you're, as Wylie puts it, unfucking your mind and putting yourself in a position to win as you accelerate your performance and get the most from the skills that you have. In this clip that you're about to watch, Wylie and I talked about the importance of defining your why. And as I mentioned, as I've learned from mentors over the years, if your why doesn't make you so emotional that you would cry if you don't achieve the goals that you set in front of you, it's not really your why. And you need to dig a little bit deeper. Take a look at this clip from episode 1 of Evolution of Brand featuring Wylie McGraw. I think that anyone listening to this has to be aware, and you've said it so perfectly, it can't just be about money. There has to be something deeper, and you have to peel those layers back and find the true core. And I think that something that I had picked up along the way from mentors and people that I listen to is that your why has to be so strong, and you have to believe in it so much that it'll make you cry.
Right.
There's actual emotion tied to it. And it's very hard to get that way about money. Money is, as you said, a byproduct of the true element of happiness that we're trying to find. And I think that once we can gain that self-awareness, that self-mastery, and we get to a level where we start looking at things from a different angle that doesn't involve opening our bank account, we can put ourselves in a much better place to succeed. And I think it's going to lead you to take a couple more risks and put yourself out there a little bit more.
You'd be surprised. And that's the thing, is that there's a little saying, those who risk win. Now, understanding it's almost tactical risk. You have to be willing to be comfortable in the unknown and step out there and be the kind of leader in your life, regardless, that has that fearless decision making outside of that typical comfort zone that's responsible for all of your perceived limitations. And like you said, there's nothing wrong with making money. And you understand that's not what I'm not saying that making money and focusing on wanting to take care of yourself financially is not a good thing. It's a byproduct of how well you perform in your life, and understanding that your personal and professional life are not mutually exclusive. When you can accept that and you can really allow those two sides to marry, you'll find there's so much more that you're capable of accomplishing when you can give yourself permission to be okay with that first. When you can take a step back and realize, if I have not achieved true self-mastery over myself and my level of performance, am I really getting the most out of my power and potential? Are the people that I'm trying to help or optimize, that's my thing, are they going to get the most beneficial from me? And we have a world, and you probably understand this too, Chase, and your audience probably does too, is we hear this all the time. As long as you're 2 steps ahead, you can help someone. Well, to me, I'm like, well, why the hell are you only be 2 steps ahead? You're only going to take people as far as you've gone. The other part is your message, your message. I heard that all the time from coaches I've run into in the personal development. That's not good. Your mess should not be your message. How about you resolve your mess and then create a message from that? Let's shift that perspective a little bit. Stop being a dysfunctional person and thinking because you got some awareness and you read some books and you learn a few concepts that you can go out and become a coach and help other people. And that's where we're getting really wrapped up in this like almost perverted, bastardized industry of personal development and growth, is because we have so many people that feel like they may have learned a few things and they can go out and just coach other people. Like, that's why people aren't getting very far. That's why we only have one Tony Robbins and one Brendon Burchard and one those people are keeping themselves on their pedestal for a reason. Why don't we have more of them? Because we have to go back and realize, have we achieved self-mastery first? Do we really have a standard of how we operate and show up out in the world? How I live my life, Jason, is how I expect the leaders that I work with to live their life. I don't have the stresses that I used to have. I'm eradicated, optimized. I live from a place of pure white space, ambiguity. There's a lot of unknowns in my life. I care more so about the work I'm out in the world doing, really challenging this paradigm of leadership and high performance on what it really takes to achieve peak performance sustainably, personally, and professionally. For me, I'm adamant, more focused and passionate, like you said, crying, if you will, to get out into the world and shake up those at the time say enough's enough. You're literally screwing up the world.